Good morning. Welcome to the Timbo Show, Take Two. I don't own the rights to this music because I'm not Mr. Tyrone Davis. I used to love it in my adolescence, but I have a special show. I did a show earlier, but my face was too close to the camera. And I know y'all don't want Timbo all up in your grill like that. A.J. Henry is the co-creator, executive producer. Bryce Cook is the supervising producer. William J. Cooper is the executive consultant. Now, this is a special show here. For people that don't know, my mother and father had 15 children. I'm number 6. I'm right in the middle. So I know the young ones, I know the old ones. Well, my 13th one just accomplished a great feat. She spent years academically working, and she capped it off last night. She had to defend her dissertation for her PhD last night. And I was fortunate enough to be on Zoom when she did. She worked hard. She did everything. And plus she had dual careers. She's a husband, she's a first lady, and she had to defend her dissertation. And anybody know about higher academics, that's difficult. And because you get a peer review by all doctors already. Well, doing her peer review of her dissertation and defense of it, they gave her no edits. They were like, oh, what you turned in is flawless. We can't find no fault with this. Therefore, my little sister, Queen Esther Washington, is Dr. Queen Esther Washington. And now she has a right and an obligation to call people out who falsely using that. Because she can ask them, how did you defend your dissertation? And they can be like, oh, I didn't. Doctor is something that you earn. When you become a PhD, you reach the highest level in your field. She's a doctor of philosophy as we speak. And that means there's no higher she can go. Because when you get a PhD, there's one prerequisite. There are a lot of prerequisites. There's one, and you have to create something out of whole cloth. So when she's talking about remote learning, that came from Queen's head. That's why it's a difference. She created a discipline that from now on, other PhDs or ever, they have to refer to what Dr. Washington did. This is no fly-by-night thing. And, thank you, Mr. Davis. But I don't have that much time. But I am very proud of my sister. I'm very proud of her. Because, one of my aspirations when I was a younger man was to earn my PhD. However, life took me in a different direction. But now, when we have family gatherings, we can look in the room and say, is there a doctor in the house? And we will have a doctor in the house. And her name is Dr. Lucy. That's an inside joke. Because when we were kids, she called me Charlie Brown because, she said I had a block head, but I really don't. And she would always, Lucy Charlie Brown from Peanuts. So she's Dr. Lucy. However, what people have to understand, there are levels to this. That's right, there are levels to this. Calling yourself a doctor after 6 months to a year it does not equate with somebody who have a bachelor's, a master's, and worked for years to earn something. That's not the same. I'm not disparaging people, doctors of divinity or whatever, but that's not the same. And people need to recognize that. Because Queen worked her butt off. I mean, her paper that she turned in, her dissertation, was 200 pages. I mean, get a woman some credit and give all PhDs credit. And when you see her, unless you're really close to her, you should address her by a title. And that's doctor. Because nowadays, she's not, her title of Mrs. is gone away. She's Dr. Washington because she earned it. She earned to be called a doctor. And I know she may never say that. But I would love for people to call her by a title. But I'm not a type person who go, well, you better call my sister Dr. Washington. But it'd be nice if you did. Because that's every time you call her a doctor, that let her know that your work is recognized. So Queen, my hat's off to you. I mean, I don't have a hat on, but my hat's off to you. Because a lot of people said you couldn't do it. And then a lot of people say, well, why would you keep doing it? Well, our mother instilled in us from when we were children that Jim Crow is not going to stop us. Nothing's going to stop us. She said, you get to work hard, get an education, which they denied me, which you eventually got. You will be successful. And so far, so good. Because my sister Deborah and I were one of the first kids in 1967 to integrate public schools in Batesville, Mississippi. Because they picked the so-called smart kids and put them first as guinea pigs. And we went home, Deb and me were just, Mama, we can't go back there. Mama, we can't go to that school. And my mother told us something that stuck with me. She said, that's what they educating you at, that's where you're going. And we had a choice, right? We could defy Mattie Mae Faulkner, or we could go deal with Jim Crow. Jim Crow was the easier option. Therefore, we went back, and it got better over time. But I'm going to leave my little sister Queen, and hopefully she'll see this. Dr. John Henry Clark had a philosophy. He had a motto. He said, I debate my peers, all others I teach. Queen, Dr. Washington, you're at that level now. You don't have to debate anyone in philosophy. Just go ahead and teach them something. And when they're not at your level, call them on it. Because I would. Have a nice day.